Hi friends, this is a video on economics syllabus for ISC class 12. Now class 12, the first part which you have to study in class 12 is microeconomic theory. I'm mentioning the first part, which is microeconomic theory. If you have been studying economics from class 9, so you have already gone through 3 years of syllabus and this is your 4th year. In case you started with economics from class 11, then also you have studied the first year of economics in plus 2. So micro and macro, you're familiar with these terms, right? Micro and macro, macro. So here we are talking micro. So micro economic theory, that is, first thing we are going to talk about is demand. Okay, and in demand you have to know everything: meaning of demand, how is demand affected, demand function. So there are a lot of things which you have to study here. Okay, and how do you derive a demand curve. Also you have to read through what is movement and shift of the demand curve and exceptions to the law of demand. Okay, so here there are multiple things which you are going to learn here. Okay, second point which is important is law of diminishing marginal utility. Okay, law of diminishing marginal utility. Okay, so what is law of diminishing marginal utility? You have to know this, how with each addition of a unit, the utility that you derive, the satisfaction that you derive from that additional consumption keeps going down. So that is law of diminishing marginal utility, you have to study. Then law of equi-marginal utility. Okay, I'm mentioning this here. Law of equi-marginal utility. Okay, this is another point. Then you have to study consumers equilibrium through utility approach. Okay, and you have to study cardinal, and also you have to study indifference curve analysis, that is ordinal. So you have to study consumers equilibrium through utility approach, that is cardinal approach, and indifference curve analysis, which is ordinal approach. So I'm just mentioning two words here so that you can remember: cardinal and ordinal. Okay, so this is all about utility, which forms part 2. Next is, see here, basically in this you have to go through all of it, where you have the concept of demand. You have to understand everything about demand, determinants of demand. You also have to know diagrams under this, that how do you use diagram to explain law of demand. Then also the reason why is it uh, for why is the slope downwards of the demand curve, and how to actually derive a demand curve from a demand schedule. Also you have to know derivation of market demand curve from individual demand curve. Okay, this also was a bit uh, available to you in class 10. The second part, the cardinal utility analysis, that is, you have to understand what is utility, and under utility you have to understand total utility, marginal utility, how total utility and marginal utility are related. Then you have to know law of diminishing marginal utility, schedule and diagram. And also it says, the syllabus says that assumptions to be taught and criticism, that is detailed analysis, is not required. You also have to know consumers equilibrium, that is using one commodity, that is you have to know through a schedule and a diagram the consumers equilibrium. Also law of equi-marginal utility. Okay, you have to know what it is and the schedule. And then the next thing is conditions of consumers equilibrium using marginal uh, utility. And then you have the ordinal approach. Ordinal approach means indifference curves. What is the meaning of these? What are the properties? And here you have to know two things, MRS and DMRS. Okay. Then the indifference map, that is very important, which you are going to study here under this part of syllabus. Then you have to know consumers budget line. This is going to be interesting. Okay. And finally consumers equilibrium, that is condition. Okay. And this all you have to know through a diagram. Okay. The second part, after discussing all of it, is elasticity of demand, which you have to know. Okay. Elasticity of demand, you are familiar with this. Elasticity of demand. Here we have to know what is the meaning of elasticity of demand and what is elasticity. Then we have to know the types of elasticity of demand, how you also have to know measurement of elasticity of demand, and then factors which are affecting elasticity of demand. So syllabus says that various methods of measurement of elasticity of demand you have to know, which is like point method, percentage method, expenditure method, and geometric methods. Numericals required on percentage method only. So the syllabus is very clear about this part, what you have to study. Mind it, all what I am discussing here is the general syllabus. There is no reduction discussed in this part of the syllabus. I am discussing class 12 in totality as it is taught in ISC, and this is the first part of the class 12 syllabus. And you also have to know the cross and income elasticity of demand. Okay, and degrees of elasticity of demand, the syllabus says, which you need to understand, and also diagrams wherever it is necessary to have diagrams. So this is all. That means you have to study elasticity in an elaborate way, and all things related to elasticity. Number 3 you have to study is supply. Okay. Now under supply also there are a lot of things which you are going to study. That is, first thing is you have to know what do you mean by supply, the difference between stock and supply, what are the things which affect supply, and also the law of supply. You have to know the movement and shift of the supply curve, just as you studied in demand, or you will be studying in demand, and the elasticity of supply. Now the difference, what the syllabus is also mentioning, is that you have to know the difference between stock, which is like intended supply, and actual supply or supply, and this with the help of examples. You also have to understand a supply function. Okay, you have to understand what it is. You have to know law of supply, the meaning, the supply schedule, supply curve, derivation of market supply curve from individual supply curve. This is partly you have a fair idea, you did in class 10, the market demand curve, so somewhat it gives you an idea. So it's not something very new. You also have to know the movement and shift of the supply curve, and exceptions, what are the things where law of supply does not hold good. And elasticity of supply, you have to understand the meaning, the degrees of elasticity of supply, measurement of elasticity of supply by percentage method, and geometric method. The next point here we have to know under this part of syllabus is market mechanism. Okay, which is called market mechanism. Here you have to study the equilibrium and disequilibrium. Okay, that is equilibrium price and effect of changes in demand and supply on the equilibrium price. You have to know simple applications of tools of demand and supply. And now the syllabus mentions in italics, if you go through the syllabus, it says a basic understanding of the concept of equilibrium. You also have to know the effects of changes in demand and supply, both along the curves and shift of the curves to, this is what you need to understand. Also basic understanding of, like see, these are the important points you have to know. That is price control, rationing, price ceiling, and floor price. And this all you have to understand with the help of demand and supply curves. Okay, very very interesting if you read it thoroughly and properly. Next point, which is number 5 in your this part of the syllabus, is, it's called, let me just put number 5 for you. what you are going to study here is concept of production and production function. Okay, concept of production and production function. Okay, so what is this? This means you have to understand what is short run and long run production function. These are functions, means there's some kind of mathematical aspect to it, some kind of calculation which is involved here. You have to also study returns to a factor, returns to a scale, and just the meaning. Okay, to scale total. That is what it says. You have to know average and marginal physical products. And next thing you have to study here is law of variable proportions and its three stages. Again, the syllabus goes on to tell you what exactly they are asking asking for. What do they expect you to know? Syllabus mentions that a production function, there you only have to know the concept, what is a production function. You also have to know law of variable proportions, and under this you have to know statement, assumptions, schedule for the purpose of understanding and not for testing. See, the syllabus is IC syllabus mentions statement, assumptions, schedule for the purpose of understanding and not for testing, and then diagram and explanation to the three stages. Part number 6 which you study here in the syllabus is cost and revenue. Okay, cost and revenue. Here you have to know the basic concepts of cost, that is what is a fixed cost, what is a variable cost, what is total cost, what is marginal cost, and what is average cost. So these are different types or different concepts, not types, different concepts of cost. I repeat, you have to know fixed cost, variable cost, total cost, marginal cost, and average cost, and their relationships. Also, there's a term called opportunity cost, which is very interesting, very important for you to know, and short run and long run cost curves. Okay, this is one more thing which is an add-on to the entire cost that you're going to study. Revenue. What is the meaning of revenue? What do you understand by revenue? That is income, some sort of income. So what is average revenue, what is marginal revenue, and what is total revenue, and the relationship, their relationship under, see, market structures, if you recall, perfect competition and imperfect competition. This all you have to know. Revenue, how it is how is revenue available under these conditions, that is under perfect competition and imperfect competition. And producers equilibrium. So again, the syllabus explains to you in detail what are you expected to know. See, in cost you are supposed to know the concepts, that is fixed cost, variable cost, total cost, marginal cost, average cost, with schedule and diagram. You have to know the relationship between average cost, marginal cost, total cost, and this is only concepts of long run and short run cost curves. Derivations not required. See, derivations are not required in cost concepts. That is what the IC syllabus says. And after that you have to know opportunity cost and only the meaning of opportunity cost. You also need to know difference between accounting cost and opportunity cost. And under revenue you have to know, as we discussed earlier, the syllabus says average revenue you have to know marginal revenue, you have to know total revenue, you have to know the concepts and relationships under perfect competition and imperfect competition. Also, next is producers equilibrium, that is profit maximization goal. Okay, and you have to know the meaning and conditions. You have to know total revenue, total cost approach along with diagram, and marginal revenue and marginal cost approach along with diagram. So this is all under cost and revenue. Now we move on to, see, this part is a little long, but it's interesting to discuss all of it together. The last point under this part of the syllabus I'm just mentioning for you is number 7. It's called main market forms. Okay, main market forms. What do we understand here? This means here we are going to study again in detail, perhaps better than what we studied earlier in class 10. It was just a touch in class 10. This is going to be detailed. Perfect competition, monopolistic competition, oligopoly, monopoly, monopsony, characteristics of the various market forms, equilibrium of a firm in perfect competition under short run and long run. The syllabus also mentions for you in italics. It says that you have to know the features of perfect competition, monopolistic competition, oligopoly, monopoly, and monopsony. This all you have to know. Meaning only. It states in brackets meaning only. Then the next thing you have to know is equilibrium of a firm in perfect competition under short run. And again it mentions that you have to know the explanation and diagram, and the shutdown point and break even point. Now these are points once you study the chapter you will come across. And long run, and in long run diagram is not required. So this was a pretty long, I understand, part of the syllabus, but if you see, I see this is the first thing, you know how the syllabus starts in class 12. This all is covered, and I'm just wrapping up for you once. See, first thing, class 12 economics, you are studying microeconomic theory. Okay, you are studying demand, you are studying law of diminishing marginal utility, law of equi marginal utility, and under this part, uh, I'll just, here we have two approaches you have to be careful: cardinal and ordinal approach. Then we are studying elasticity of demand, supply in detail, market mechanism, concept of production, and production function. Okay, so you are studying production as detailed as possible here. And the last two parts which are there in this part of the syllabus is cost and revenue. Okay, so cost and revenue, these are two different things. And the main market forms about which you are already familiar, but here we are going to study a bit in detail. So this is all we have under microeconomic theory, class 12 IC economics. If you like, please share and subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching.